Our meeting is being held remotely due to the current public health crisis to protect the health of all. I will now take roll call to confirm attendance. Please unmute your mic and respond when your name is called. Supervisor Mitchell. Present. Supervisor Kuehl. Here. Supervisor Hahn. Here. Supervisor Barger. Here. Caesar Davenport, Chief Executive Officer. Present. Rodrigo Campos, County Council. Here. Celia Zavala, Executive Officer. Here. Great. We'll now take public comment. Madam Executive Officer, please read the call-in information that was also provided on the agenda and explain the speaking rules to those members of the public who are calling in to address for us.
Thank you, Madam Chair. As indicated on the agenda, members of the public wishing to offer public comment should call 877-226-8163 and use participant code number 133-6503. To repeat, please call 877-226-8163 and use participant code number 133-6503. Do not call the number if you only want to listen to the meeting. To listen only, please call 877-873-8017 and follow the instructions. Each person will have 1 minute to speak on the closed session items. We will allocate up to 60 minutes for public comment. If there are no speakers waiting before 60 minutes have lapsed, we will close public comment. We will continue to accept all written comments that come in during the meeting, which will become part of the record. You must be on topic. Our goal is to get through as many speakers as we can. If you're not speaking on topic, or if we cannot tell if you're speaking on an agenda item, you will get one warning from County Council or the Chair. If you do not immediately or clearly get on topic, or if you stray off topic again, you will forfeit the rest of your time, and the Chair will move to the next speaker. Please note that if you are also listening to the board meeting on a computer or speakerphone, you will need to turn down the volume on those devices as soon as the moderator calls on you, or there will be an echo. Moderator, may we have the first speaker, please?
As a reminder, to address the board, if you have not already done so, please press 1, then 0 at this time. Do not press 1, then 0 a second time, or you will be removed from the queue.
Thank you. We will now hear the Spanish interpretation of the reminder.
Como recordatorio para dirigirse a las supervisoras, si aún no lo ha hecho, presione 1 y luego 0 en este momento. No presione 1 y 0 por segunda vez o será eliminado de la fila.
Our first
Thank you. Can we have the first speaker, please?
Certainly. Our first participant is Roy Humphreys. You have 1 minute. Please state which items you'll be addressing today. Please begin.
The items will be item number 2 on the agenda, and that's pro the plaintiff on that. And as to public comment, general speaking, that we note that President Biden is pushing a $2 trillion infrastructure bill, while Supervisor Hahn defunds a critical, long-standing infrastructure project at the widening of the Fullerton Road from Colima to the 60. The supervisor cries poor, but had no problem voting $3 million for the illegal aliens, and is currently spending $1+ million for a dog park at Shabarm, which is far cry from what is needed for the safety, economic well-being of our community. And then the slap in the face was from James Yang of County Services states that the project would remove 4 houses during a housing shortage, when California has been in perpetual housing shortage forever, and it did not stop the development of the 210 freeway. Additionally, as stated by
Thank you. Your time has expired. May we have the next speaker, please?
Jeniviva, you have 1 minute. Please state which items you'll be addressing today. May begin.
Yes, good morning, Board of Supervisors. Dr. Jeniviva Clavron. On CS1, that's the way you should advertise all closed session. It's very descriptive and the public can know what you're talking about. CS2, as usual, we don't have any information to really decide what we're going to talk about. And it's the same about CS3. We should know which department that you're reviewing. And also to only allocate 1 minute to speak is very short, but also to give only 1 hour for public comment in a county of over 10 million people is kind of short. Anyway, have a nice week. Bye.
Thank you. May we have the next speaker, please?
Eric, present. You have 1 minute. Please state which items you'll be addressing today. Please begin.
Yes, I'll speak on the CS1 and 2 and 3. I agree with Dr. Claverell that these special closed sessions instead of regular meetings is very bad, and it denies a general public comment. Regarding the Alliance lawsuit, Judge Carter has been disrupting the meeting, and he's doing an excellent job, but he's called for a detailed breakdown from you of the funding sources, the uses, the objectives, the methods, and the means of taking care of the homeless problem that Skip is working on. And so that this is also that the court can monitor the implementation plan. That's our job. That's what the people are supposed to do, but that's because you're not providing reasonable discretion, Mr. Castro Silva, and not maximizing transparency and access, which is what the governor has asked for when he made his motion, his order. Like, for example, there's not even a Brady Bunch grid where we can see you at your regular meetings. Anyway, tomorrow's Denim Day. Let's all celebrate. Wear jeans behind a veil of secrecy. And also, Supervisor Solis, I don't want you to feel badly about the fact...
Thank you. Your time has expired. May we have the next speaker, please?
Lori Archie, you have 1 minute. Please state which items you'll be addressing today. You may begin.
Hi, you all know me. I'm the mom with a 3-year-old and a 5-year-old who can't occupy our house and dragging my kids from temporary house to temporary house due to a tenant who is committing fraud and using the moratorium to his advantage so he doesn't have to move. He's wealthy and taking advantage of a program meant for vulnerable. As you can imagine, I'm extremely disappointed that after being promised that Janice Hahn was going to look into this, heard their response last week, was very disappointing, as I was never asking for tenant protections to change. I'm asking you to provide a solution to prevent fraud like this from happening, for you to provide protections to families like mine. We should be treated equally, and homeowners like myself should also be protected from fraud. I'm a firm believer that if you put effort into this, you can find a solution that provides protections for all. We shouldn't have to hinge on COVID numbers and vaccinations. My ask is come June 30th, please allow leeway or find a solution that prevents this fraud. My Change.org is now over 1,000 people who support this. Thank you. Your time has expired. May we have the next speaker, please?
Madam Chair, there are no other speakers in queue to address the board.
Thank you very much. Our time for public speakers has ended. I want to thank everyone again for calling in. If you want to
continue listening, please call 877